Assalamualaikum. My name is Mohammed Muzammil Faisal, and I've been tasked to create a short video presentation for up to 5 to 10 minutes about a commercial digital weight scale of our personal choice. Technically, we need to analyze and review the product and give you the feedback. So we've been tasked this. Sorry, we've been tasked this by Sir Umar Farooq, who has asked us about this. So right, not getting into details and a lot. Strain gauge can be used in the construction of a weighting scale. Starting from commercially available components, their specs and cost describe the design technique you will acquire. Your instrument can be or with or without a controller. Attach the specification of the product description sheet. So that's what we have to do in this. Right, jumping into it, uh, as you can see on the screen, so you can see that this is a scale, but the question arises: what scale is this? What does it do? So the GBC in this case is a fully featured counting scale with a numeric keypad for unit weight and sample entry. The large, brightly backlit display shows unit weight, total weight, and a number of pieces. With a grade 304 stainless steel pen and pillar-mounted ABS plastic indicator, the GBC provides a durable, reliable solution for industrial counting tasks. Power is supplied by mains power cord or the built-in rechargeable battery. So this is what GBC is all about. This is what it's about. It's a bench counting scale, so you can see that we've taken a certain commercial scale of from the company Adams. So what we have to do is we have to explain it to you about we have to analyze it first and review the product and then give you the feedback. Right. So moving in, exceptional durability for industrial counting needs. Yeah, so it has an exceptional durability for industrial counting needs. That's something that's there as well. If we dive into what applications it can be used into, and that will be that it can be. So you have to ask this question: what is it used for? That's the first question that pops in your mind. So yeah, that is it is used for weighing, part counting, and check counting. So weighing, that's the first thing these scales are used for. Generally, when you talk about a scale, you think you have to be some kind of measurement. So that's what this is about. Another curiosity that might come to your mind that you might get curious about is that what other things it can do. So in this case, it can count the parts and it can also do check counting. Right, so if you move into what the features of this, then it would be that it backlights LCD shows weights, unit weight, and count in one convenient location. Right, so next point would be programmable backlight can be set to always on. So this is a major advantage if you ask me in this case, because always off or light only when weighing, that kind of just turns it off a little bit for us. So in this case, that light can certainly be turned on to always on or always off, or it would turn on the light only when you're weighing. So this would give you a difference, or you can say that this would give you a certain different way to differentiate between when it is weighing certain weights and when it is not. It also has adjustable leveling feet, help to optimize setup. So I'm going to give an example of a microphone here. So when you have a microphone, we can change it according to heights for certain people. So such is the case here. We can also do this for this weight scale. We can use it for different type of things. We can turn it up a notch, make it a little shorter. That's what we can do with it. If we move towards the next setup, then that would mean that this is color coded keys facilitate quick recognition of the most frequently used buttons. So this is another particular difference that we have in here. Right, so this is something that you can ask about, like these are used to differentiate facilitate quick recognition of most frequently used buttons. RS-232 interface is available to provide speedy connections to computers and printers. This is something that's really modern and you can't find it in another common scale. This is something that's like I think it's a major advantage to this as well. And it provides speedy connections to computer and printers and you can get the data printed out. That's something special as well. Rugged construction stands up to industrial use. Yeah, this type of construction is particularly very useful in industrial cases. Now, if we move towards the next point, that will be splash-proof housing. Keypad and display are easy to clean. So, a certain problem that you face sometimes with these kind of things, with scales or any general thing that you talk about, is that people fail to technically clean those things, and they get rusty and they get old, and then they certainly just fall out of usefulness, and they just kind of disappear with the time, if you know what I mean. So these things are very easy to clean. They also provide an audible overload alarm. It kind of just tells you when the how much you weight you can per scale on it, and how much, and it kind of just tells you that you're exceeding the particular weight setup. So this is something that really helps when you're using it in commercial. When you're using it commercially, this is something that really helps. Another thing about these weights, you can see the figure of it above it, so to get a better understanding of what it is. So external calibration allows for verification and adjustment with weight. So this is another thing that it verifies, and the continuous adjusting of weights. It also helps us a lot. Internal counting resolution for precise results. Yeah, this is something different as well that we don't see in normal scales every day. Parts counting with freely selectable sample sizes. Parts counting optimization automatically refines piece weight parts as parts are added. Good laboratory practices. Yeah, there are certain guidelines, printouts, including dates and times for data tracking within. So these kind of things help you as well. Zero tracking feature ensures display returns to zero reading. This is another useful thing that helps in this case. User can program alarm to sound when preset total is reached. Rechargeable battery included for operation almost everywhere, anywhere. So it has a rechargeable battery. So something that it comes in to your mind that when you're using these kind of things, they just run out of battery, and then you have to go and replace them, and it's a long procedure if you get that. So with these things, you don't need to do that. You just get them, and technically they just end up being recharged, and then you can easily use it. Programmable auto power off to save energy. Like when you're done with this, when you turn it on, like in the manual cases, we didn't have these kind of things, so we had to use it for a different kind of way. And they we had to turn it off, turn it on, these kind of things by using buttons. In this kind of cases, when you take the weight off, they automatically turn off to save energy. So this is another pretty important advantage. So well, features, the importance of highlighting the features is to let you know how much important this kind of bench counting scales are and what kind of things they do. Now, if we move toward the model, and like there's a lot of difference thing in this case. Now, if you move toward the models, you'd see that the capacity varies according to the models. If you're using a GBC 16, then the capacity that it can weigh is 16 kg. If you move towards the 32 edition, it weighs to 32 kg. And now, if you finally move to the newer, latest edition, GBC 60, that means it can weigh up to 60 kg of your of whatever you're weighing. Readability. Readability, it is varies from 0.5 gram to 1 gram to 2 gram, depending on the addition variation you're using. Repeatability. Repeatability is from 1 gram, 2 gram to 4 gram, and linearity is from 1 gram, 2 gram, and 4 gram, depending on the variation you're using. Its internal counting resolution is 1600,000. So yeah, using these kind of things really help. Pan size on which you weigh the things is 300 into 400 millimeter. So you can weigh up to things having this kind of length and width, so that it doesn't exceed. Weighting units are in kilogram, as we know. Stabilization time is up to 2 seconds here in this case. Interface is optional USB to transfer the data and all those things. Calibration is external. Display is a backlight LCD with 220 millimeter and higher digits. So it kind of just displays you all your results there. The power supply. The power supply is an internal rechargeable battery. We will explain this right above that it's an internal rechargeable battery, so it's really important because we didn't have these kind of things in the previous models. So yeah, this helps a lot. Housing, yeah, the material it's based on is mild steel base. So having this as an advantage, they're using better different, uh, you know, bases as mild of steel or aluminium, and these kind of things help. Overall dimension is given here. You can see that 300x 520 to 680 millimeter, which is uh, diameter, height, and etc. etc. And finally, the neck weight of this total benching scale is 7.6 kg. So it's not really heavy if you consider what it does. A little info about Adam is that they've been working for 40 years professionally worldwide, having relied on Adam equipment for extensive selection of dependable and affordable weighing equipment. Adam provides the right balance of speed, performance, and value. Now, moving on and towards the presentation, asked us, Sir Umar Farooq asked us about to analyze and review this product. So we've technically gone through it and basically we have analyzed this now and we've reviewed how different and important this product is. So yeah, it has a good commercial use, having the ability to weigh. Uh, it's kind of just gonna help anyone who uses this out. uh, my feedback on this would be that it's a terrific equipment, set of equipment. So yeah, it's completely useful. It gives you a wide array of dimension to weigh your weights, uh, parts counting, check counting. These kind of things are very useful considering the instrument. If you looked on the screen, you would see the different kind of figure it has, and you would see how important and different this is. Let me zoom in right here and you can see the digital panel LCD. The base, you can see that it's movable as well, it's rechargeable, so these kind of things really help you out in in these kind of cases. So yeah, it's different, it's obviously different, but considering so much different, and the ability of these things to measure weight is exceptional. So yeah, these things they have a long lifetime span, and they can be and if used properly, they can be used for a long time. And since they're really modern, so this would really help you in weight. Right, so yeah, this we've explained its specs and different things about these. This these kind of things are really useful in measuring and all kind of these things. They have exceptional durability for industry accounting needs, since we don't have such so many weighing scales. So every weighing scale is particularly useful for a different kind of thing. And considering the advantages and features we've just read about, this really kind of makes it something special to use. That will be all from my side, and hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you liked my review and this short video presentation. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment box. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this. And yeah, that would be all from my side. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.